Our chief guests, excellencies, all our guests and friends, our parents, it's now time for me to invite our chief guest to give his address. But before I do that, I would like also to inform him that in United States International University, Africa, our student population comes from over 70 different nationalities. And today, among our graduates, we have graduates from 35 different countries. We want to demonstrate that when we say we promote multicultural diversity, we don't only say it, but we also do it. And I hope the graduates who are sitting before you have taken the opportunity to learn, to embrace the cultures of all those other nationalities who are among us. Our chief guest for today, as I told you earlier, is Professor Mwenda Ntarangwi. He is the Chief Executive Officer for the Commission for University Education, CUE. He holds a Bachelor of Education degree and an MA from Kenyatta University, and another Master's of Arts and PhD from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. He is a cultural anthropologist and currently serves, of course, as the Secretary and CEO of the Commission for University Education, Kenya. He has taught and been part of senior management in different institutions in both Kenya and the USA. He has an extensive list of publications, including Gender Performance and Identity, Understanding Swahili Cultural Realities Through Songs in 2003, African Anthropologies 2006, East African Hip Hop, Youth Culture, and Globalization 2009. That's interesting. Jesus and Ubuntu, Exploring the Social Impact of Christianity in Africa 2011, and The Street is My Pulpit, Hip Hop and Christianity in Kenya 2016. Welcome, Professor Ntarangwi, to deliver your speech.
Thank you, Professor Ono. Chancellor Dr. Manu Chandaria, University Council, Vice Chancellor Dr. Paul Tiyambe Zaleza, distinguished guests, fellow academics, graduating students, family members, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the organizers, and especially to Professor Zaleza for inviting me to this important ceremony. I want to add that this is an occasion that is special for me because it affords me the opportunity to wear my academic regalia, which, like a wedding dress, is only specified for specific days. Almost 3 decades ago, I was sitting in the same space as you are, fellow graduates, as I've completed my Bachelor of Education degree at Kenyatta University. It was a moment of joy for me because I not only had finished my first task of university studies, but also had a job waiting for me with the Teachers Service Commission immediately after graduation. I do not remember who gave the graduation speech or what was contained in it, but I do remember that my family members were very proud of my achievements. In fact, they were so proud of my achievements that they claimed the degree to be theirs. You see, even though I was the one who did the actual studying and completed all requirements for the degree was now ours. They were expecting things to happen to me and them because of my degree. I'm sure this is something that you will also experience from today on. Many people are counting on you to make positive differences in this country. Many are hoping that your academic training will translate into economic and even social progress, and that in that process, they too will benefit. As you enjoy this and even complete this journey, consider these and other expectations by your parents fellow country people, and the entire world. But I want to give you a few of my own expectations. First, consider this degree to be a door that has ushered you into the world of inquiry, and through it to problem solving. I hope that your studies have equipped you well to engage critically with ideas and identify challenges and opportunities to make a difference in your respective areas of training. It is my hope that you accept the fact that in our rapidly changing world, we need individuals who not only care deeply about those places they inhabit, but also think deeply about the human condition and apply their academic skills to making a difference in this country and the world at large. Your degree, therefore, is not a paper to enable you to get a promotion or a job, as much as those are important, but an opportunity to apply the knowledge and skills you have gained to making this world a better place. Inquiry calls for deep thinking that also engages experiences not just of you, the thinker, but also of others. This kind of thinking is best developed through research. Having a question, having assumptions, collecting relevant data, and then putting it together in a systematic process. It entails listening, asking questions, and counter-checking the information and sources of it. Since we are in a university context where part of your academic work has entailed engaging in studies based on texts and papers developed out of research of others or even by yourselves, let me implore you to take that as a call to generate your own knowledge that will be added to that which is already there. Why do I say this? I say this because research has this important component of inquiry that forces us to ask questions, to consider multiple perspectives, and to be subjected to peer review. Research is very much an interactive activity that, when done well, leads to important outcomes that help us expand our knowledge of ourselves and the world we inhabit. Research can help us change our minds and help us grow. Research and inquiry will help us solve problems, and such problem-solving activities do take place in all locations and at different levels. I recently saw a boda boda that had an extended canopy to cover the driver and the passengers when exposed to the sun or rain. I thought it was an interesting example of applying knowledge to an immediate need. I didn't get a chance to ask about the source of the innovation, but my assumption was that it came from our so-called informal sector. I also thought it was a great opportunity for collaboration with other sectors and to take that innovation to the next level and solve everyday problems. Some of the critiques leveled against many areas of our training is the lack of connection between the knowledge gained in our universities and the immediate problems facing our society. But I think collaboration between institutions like USIU Africa and the innovators of the Boda Boda Canopy would address some of those critiques. Innovation will benefit from multidisciplinary approach availed by this and other institutions. Indeed, I am pleased to learn that one of the goals that Professor Zaleza has for this institution is promoting a culture of research through collaborating with industry, government, and civil society. In my opinion, a university ceases to be a serious institution of higher learning the minute it loses its focus and ability to undertake research. You can play your part in building that culture, even when you leave this place today, because you now have a connection to the institution as alumni and to the world you will inhabit after graduation here today. Second, consider your graduation today as the mark of a new page into a life challenging what I would call an at least culture. Building a serious culture of research through inquiry calls for high standards and excellence. On November 15, 2016, Nation Media's Larry Madowo asked in his front row column in the Daily Nation, and I quote, "Why do Kenyans accept such low standards in everything?" End of quote. In this piece, Maduro went on to note that Kenyans have what he termed an at least mindset, that is nothing but an apology for low standards, that in turn breed the mediocrity which he observes in almost every aspect of Kenyan life. On July 28, 2017, Maduro commented on his Twitter about 2 delayed flights he had taken in West Africa, and someone commented back and said he should be grateful that the flights were delayed, not cancelled. And Andal added that Maduro should be patriotic. Does patriotism mean accepting low standards? Should it not be the other way around, that patriotism means we love this nation so much that we expect nothing but the best from it, and that we also give it the best? As you live here today, let me ask you to please change this culture of at least and model and expect excellence in all that you do. Third and finally, consider prioritizing those things that are most valuable to advancing the welfare of this nation and your respective places of full-time engagement. In my mind, such a priority should be investing in others. And I think the Chancellor has already mentioned that. You are, as I have mentioned, that people who are privileged today to have a degree that is also owned by others. And in our culture, where we have a high power distance, where hierarchy is currently carefully monitored and upheld, sometimes we use our academic achievements or credentials to belittle or even demean others. I ask you to resist that temptation and instead see your degree as a tool to serve others. Use your degree to invest in others. And if you're already in a position of authority, use your degree to advance those that are below you. Let them see you as an ally and a support for their own advancement. Don't always look for accolades. Let others identify you with their success. May that which you do be a means to see others move forward. And maybe that is why people see your degree as theirs too. Let me share with you a poem that I have found very useful in my own life, especially when I'm tempted to enter into a high power distance cultural mode. This is a poem attributed to Lao Tzu, and it goes like this. Go to the people, live with them, love them, learn from them, start with what they know, build with what they have. But of the best leaders, when the task is accomplished, the work completed, the people will remark, we have done it ourselves. When you go to your respective places of full-time engagement and you are given the opportunity to lead others, I hope that when the people are successful in whatever you assist them to accomplish, they will consider it their own work and not yours. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, I step away from this podium asking you to cultivate a mind of inquiry, always asking questions and cross-checking, asking you to settle for high and excellent standards, not low standards of at least. And most of all, invest in others. Thank you and congratulations on your journey well traveled.